Hello everyone. So today we will see what is IP addresses. Okay. So IP address is nothing but unique address of your system or any network device which is present in network or internet network. There are two categories of IP. One is IPv4, one is IPv6. So what is the difference? IPv4 is older version and the first version which brought into action with ARPANET in 1983. So IPv4 is 32-bit integer which will be expressed in decimal notation. Example 192.0.2.126 could be an IP address. You can say, hey, do my laptop have IP address? Simple answer is yes, your laptop do have IP address. You may ask, okay, how to find? So let me show you quickly. To find your IP, just type CMD here and write IP config. Here we go. We have our wireless LAN Wi-Fi IP address. So remember, it is not an public IP, it is an private IP. And this is the IPv version 6. So these two are not a public IP addresses, this is an local IP addresses. So what is the difference between the local IP and public IP? So using local IP address, you can only communicate in the local area network. What does it mean? For an example, your computer is connected to your Wi-Fi, another computer is connected to your Wi-Fi. You can communicate between these two using this local IP address. What if I want to communicate with my laptop using the internet and I want direct network communication? I don't want to use WhatsApp, Facebook, and so on and so forth. In that condition, you need to make your IP public. So that is a totally different process. I won't go deep into it. Just to build up the curiosity, I explained it to you. You may ask, does my wife laptop have public IP address? Answer is yes. That is the reason you can do www.google.com. Correct? So how to find that? Answer is that changes every time. That is not fixed public IP. Okay. You can again go down deep into it. I will really appreciate, but it is going out of syllabus. So as you can see, we have here IP address for Ethernet and here IP address for Wi-Fi. So what does it mean? IP address changes as you change your network. Okay. So let's continue. Part of Parts of IPv4. First part is network part. The network part indicates the distinctive variety that's appointed to network. The network part conjointly identifies the category of the network that's assigned. Host part. The host part uniquely identifies the machine on your network, which is the part of IPv4 address is assigned to every host. For each host on the network part is same. However, the host half must vary subnet number. This is non-obligatory part of IPv4. Local networks that have massive number of hosts are divided into subnet and subnet numbers are appointed to that. Let's understand this also. Again, do ipconfig. You got it. Here if you see 192.168.1.4 is my IP. If I check the IP address of another device which is connected to my Wi-Fi, it might be 192.160.1.5. So you may ask what you want to prove here. So this part is nothing but your 192.8.168 your network part, one is your host part. Okay, 1.4 is your device uniquely identifying. Okay, so this part will remain the same for every device which is connected to your Wi-Fi, that is 192.160.1 will remain same. Okay, this is entire network part and this is the host part. What is subnet? So for an example, you have very huge network. Remember, in IPv4 you can only have 255 digits. Okay, here there can be 255.255.255.255. That is the maximum you can go. So assume you have more than 255 device. How will you manage that? So you divide your network into subnets. So you can do something like 168.1 dot let's say 4 slash subnet number. Okay, so I hope this part is clear now. Now let's see the characteristics of IPv4. IPv4 could be 32-bit IP address. IPv4 could be numeric address, and its bits are separated by dot. The number of headers field is 12 and the length of header field is 12. It has unicast, broadcast, and multicast style of IP address. IPv4 supports VLSM, virtual length subnet mask. I explained it to you. It is just one of the way to extend your IP addresses. Okay, so when you do /1, now you have for /1 all the 225 available IPs. When you do /2 for /2 also .225 you have available IPs. Okay, network ought to be designed either manually or with DHCP. I will explain about the DHCP in later videos. So DHCP is nothing but, let me give you brief for a moment. So you may heard this term multiple times. So what used to happen when you are connecting any device in your network? No, at that time the network administrator used to assign the IP address manually. So what was the problem? Problem was it was manual work. Manual work is not extendable. If you are adding one device at a time, it is fine. But if you are adding the 100 device at a time, it will be a huge burden, right? And because it was manual, it wasn't very efficient. So there came the DHCP. DHCP assigns the IP address to each new host connect to the network. Therefore, name suggests dynamic host configuration. Yes, configuration protocol. So it configures the host dynamically and without using the manual effort. Advantages of IPv4. IPv4 security permits encryption to keep up privacy and security. IPv4 network allocation is significant and presently has 0.85k practical routers. It becomes easy to attach multiple devices across an outsized network while not NAT. So I would suggest please go through this. This is simple things. In case if you don't understand, you can come back to me. Basically, the problem right now we are facing because IPv4 have is 32-bit. So number of combination is nothing but 2 to the power of 32 minus 1, and number of devices day by day is increasing, right? In internet, number of devices day by day is increasing, and it will not decrease in future, it will keep on increase. So right now we are going through IPv4 crisis. We don't have many IPv4 to assign to any other new devices. So what is the solution? One is dynamic IP assignment, that is widely used, but that is also not a permanent solution, and still it is not actually exact solution also. So their IPv6 introduced itself. IP address is your digital identity. This part we know. It is network address for your computer, we know, so that internet knows where to send you mail, data, etc. So the common IP address is known as IPv4. Here is example. An IPv4 consisting of 4-digit number, each of it separated by the dots. But problem was 2 to the power of 32 addresses, which is more than 4 billion. To the date, it is considered primarily internet protocols carries 94% of internet traffic. Initially, it was assumed it never run out of address, but the present situation paves a new way to IP, that is IPv6. Let's see why. IPv6 addresses consisting of 8 group of hexadecimal. IPv4 was in decimal. IPv6 is in hexadecimal digits. Here is the example. So I know it don't look very beautiful, but believe me, while assigning IP, beauty is last thing you want to see. Right now we are in problem that we don't have addresses to assign. So this is solving that problem. So this new IP address version is being deployed to fulfill the need for more internet addresses. It was aimed to resolve issues which are associated with IPv4 with 128-bit address space. It's allow 340 and decillion unique address space. IPv4 also called IPNG, that is Internet Protocol Next Generation. IPv4 supports a theoretical maximum of 340 T28. You can read this. To keep it straightforward, we will never run out of IP addresses again. Let's understand. So it is 128 bit number, that is 2. If total number we will get is 2 to the power of 128 minus 1. So this is the huge number, you can read. And it is an assumption again. Let me be really clear that we will never run out of IP again. But when IPv4 was implemented, at that time also we thought, okay, we will never run over IPv4. We have plenty. But again, if we ran out of IPv6, maybe we will develop something more. Types of IPv4. IPv4 addresses. Now IPv4 addresses is, let's look at different type. Unicast address, it identifies a unique node on a network and usually refer to a single sender or single receiver. Multicast address, it represents a group of IP devices and can only be used as a destination of datagram. Any cast address, it is assigned to set interfaces that typically belongs to different nodes. Advantages of IPv4: reliability, faster speed, strong security, routing efficiency. Most important, it is the final solution for growing nodes in global network. Disadvantages is conversion. Due to widespread of IPv4, it will take a long period to completely shift to IPv6. Communication: IPv4 and IPv6 machines cannot communicate directly with each other. They need intermediate technologies to make that possible. So, of course, we already adopted IPv4 to its core. So now suddenly shifting is not possible. It will be a gradual process. Slowly we will shift toward IPv6, and it is happening now. Let me show you one more example. If I do cmd, there is a command name ping. Okay, if I do ping google.com, it should be complete. Oh, my bad. Okay, it is coming in IPv4, though in many websites it will come in IPv6. Okay, it also depends upon the receiver side. Yeah, let's introduce one command, that is ping. Ping is to ping the server whether server is available or not. So here my server is www.google.com. So I hope you learned many things from this video. So that's it for this video. In case any doubt, you can reach out to me. You can put your doubts in comments, and you can visit the lecture and the written material from Skillanything website. So see you in the next video. Till then, bye.